What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Dual Hemisphere Hangout, episode 10. We made it to double digits. Let's go. I am your host, Luke, and joined with me today is obviously my lovely co-host, Jake.
Hello.
And we actually have a little special guest today. Why don't you go ahead and say hi to the people?
Hi, I'm Rachel, Jake's girlfriend. So excited to be here. First guest.
First guest ever on the
guest.
podcast, which
It's
is
an honor.
Yes.
it's an honor. I wouldn't go that far. Usually you're in bed at this time.
Yeah, I'm usually sleeping, so this is
That's
actually now.
It was
12.
a specific time slot picked by me and Luke where we knew that Luke would still be awake and I could just do whatever I want in the morning while Rich sleeps.
Yep.
I was
There we
fashionably
go.
late this morning, so
There you go. Oh my goodness. Well, since we have Rachel on the show, honestly, I think today is the day, we've been hyping up this episode probably since the first episode when we talked about how we first met Jake. So this episode is really just going to be completely dedicated to the 2022 Florida trip.
Yeah, the Florida adventures. That was well, I suppose we should start of like how it happened, like how it came to begin.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even know how.
I feel like it happened so fast. I feel like one minute Jake was like, "Do you want to go to Florida?" And then the same day he was like, "Right, we're off."
So there's this Zen state of Jake that only comes around after about 9 beers.
I do remember. I think it was after like a big CCC thing. I do remember that the first initial talking about it.
Yeah. So there is a Zen state that comes around when Jake drinks beer, where I kind of just lose my inhibition of a bank account or like any sense of money, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to Florida again. I don't know who was talking about it. I think we were talking about Disneyland, or I'd seen a video somewhere, or maybe one of the content creators I was watching was going to Disneyland. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And I mean, half of the CCC's in America anyway. Seb at that point was still in Colombia. It was like, well, it's close enough for him, right? If I'm flying across the pond.
Yeah.
So I think just one night on a whim, I created like a Discord group.
I remember
and
that.
I just messaged everyone saying, like, I'm booking this. Who wants to come?
Yeah.
And then out of like the 9 people that said they were coming, one of my good friends that weren't in the Discord call, and then Luke. So we had, I think I booked, I think it was it slept 9.
Oh, the Airbnb.
Yeah. Did it sleep 9 or 10?
I want to say 8. I feel like it had 4 bedrooms, like 4 different
It had
rooms.
4 bedrooms.
Oh no, maybe it could have been 9 because there was the living room as well.
Yeah, I think the living room had a sofa bed. But it worked out
It was
well
a big house.
because we all got huge rooms each.
Yes,
and did we all get like a bathroom each as
Yeah,
well?
all had
We
a bathroom,
did.
all had a
It was so
separate
nice.
shitter. It's our shower was insane.
It was massive.
Yes.
It was like the size of our bathroom.
That's
Here,
crazy.
The whole shower. Massive.
So yeah, we planned it, bought tickets. That was a whole nother, like, you didn't see this side of it, Luke, but the ticket brokers that we were having to buy through were just like, it was mental, wasn't it? Because remember when I bought those tickets from that one site and they said that there's a chance that you can't get in because
Oh yeah.
if there's too many people with this amount of, because they must sell them at cheaper prices, and then if too many people have used them, then you won't get in. So I was like, oh god, right, I'm not booking with those anymore. And they had to go through like 1,000,001 email cancellations of trying to cancel these ticket prices.
Is this to get in the park?
Yeah.
'Cause most of the days, didn't we book them like pretty much the day before?
Well, we had the initial like touristy pass, which got you like Disneyland.
Of course.
Got you Disneyland and then Universal Studios, because we went for the one without SeaWorld because we weren't interested in SeaWorld or Animal Kingdom. In fact, did we have Animal Kingdom, but we just chose not to go?
No, we didn't, because I think what we ended up doing, so after you guys got through all your ticket mumbo jumbo, I think I said like, well, I'm coming. So what parks are we going to? Because I think what I ended up doing is I ended up buying tickets that day. Like I got a voucher for the first part for the 3 parks, and then I bought the tickets at Universal. And I remember because you guys were like, no, we're doing Magic Kingdom, we're doing Epcot, and we're doing Hollywood Studios, and then we're gonna do 2 days of Universal. Because honestly, like Animal Kingdom's cool and all, but also I don't really vibe with Animal Kingdom at all. Like I really don't like the way they treat the animals there. So I was like, nah, I'm good. And SeaWorld's just whack. It's just whack.
That was our reason. Not in the spot.
We had like a whole extravaganza before we even got on a plane.
Yeah.
The easiest part was buying the plane tickets. And then we had a fantastic time on the plane going out. I was on a Wi-Fi call with prepping for CCC matches with Jack.
Yep.
I was literally doing
testing,
like scrims and testing in games on the plane with Jack, which was so fun. Like it's the most consistent internet I've ever had.
That's awesome.
On the plane.
That's great. That's great. How long was your flight for? I don't remember.
7.5 hours, which is minuscule now compared to...
That was my longest flight, though. I'd never been on a flight that long before. So it was an experience for me.
Had wonderful airport times. Then we got landed in Florida, and then you found out the hard way.
The humidity. I couldn't breathe. I don't think I've ever been in a place that's that humid before. Yeah. I've been in like hot places where it's dry heat. So where it's just like raw heat, but that was something else.
I warned you.
Yeah. I felt like I was being suffocated by the air.
The Florida, as someone who is now officially a Floridian, the humidity here is not nearly as bad as it is in Orlando, but it is a different kind of heat. It's the heat that sinks into your skin, gets into your bones, and it is not fun. And that's someone that, I guess, like you said, Rachel, you've never experienced anything like that before. I can only imagine what you were going through. Yes.
And my hair went frizzy, and I don't have my hair doesn't go frizzy, and my hair was like
and then I remember as we landed, we were trying to find the Uber rank. And we couldn't find it, and I could see Rage just going through it. Like, so we got in the back of a random car. Like
it could have been anyone.
We could have been abducted. Like
I remember you telling me that. I was like, "What? What do you mean you got in the back of a random car?" And you're like, "We just got in the back, and he took us to where we were going, and we said, fuck it." And I'm like, "Oh."
I'm pretty sure it was cheaper than an Uber as well.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was like $55 from the airport to where we were staying.
Nah,
which
man.
Was like
the Orlando airport is just it's ass, dude. It sucks. I hate big international airports, but Orlando is always one of those airports around like JFK and some of the bigger bigger airports where there's just a madhouse out there. I think, Jake, did you guys get stuck in customs for a long time?
I completely forgot. Yeah.
We
had 2.5 hours. And you were
that was on the way back home, was it?
No, it's on the way in.
Yeah, it was.
It was on the way in. And the sole reason was there wasn't any problem with us. They just didn't have enough people on the desks. They had 3 people on the desk, and 4 flights landed at the same time. I think there was also a problem where there was a 6 o'clock rain, Luke, or was it 4 o'clock rain, wherever it was, when we were on the plane. So they couldn't get everyone's bags off because the ramp for the luggage ramp had flooded. So they had to clear the water before they could. So everyone was just sat waiting for their luggage, and then everyone descended upon customs.
Oh my goodness!
And customs. Bless them, the guy that did us was amazing. Like, hats off to him for being a nice guy, because there were some grouchy people there. And then it's like you're trying to sneak on your phone as well, because you read all the signs and there's guards walking around saying there's no phones in this area. And it's like, well, I was studying for 2 hours reading my boarding ticket 50 times.
Yeah.
Is that the case in all American airports? Or is that just... Yeah.
Customs is... I mean, sometimes customs you can get right on and right off. But I mean, again, you guys came to one of the biggest tourist attraction areas in the world, Disney in the summertime. So yeah, I can only imagine what customs is like. But it sounds like you guys had fun. You guys eventually got back to the Airbnb, and mind you, I'm just flying in my airplane, all just fine, just enjoying my nice little flight, being like, "Are you guys here yet?" But I was getting a little worried because I think I either had just landed or I was in my layover, and you're like, "Oh, we're here." I'm like, "I'm about to get on," and then I texted you guys, and you're like, "We just got out of customs, and I had just boarded the plane," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" What do you mean?
We had an issue getting into the Airbnb though as well.
Oh yeah,
that's because we were
that.
dumb. That's because we were dumb.
I don't know. I think it was quite misleading. There was a key lockbox.
So
you would assume that the key is in the lockbox.
No, it's because...
But no, apparently American doors
have touchpads.
Yes.
So every American person is probably screaming, laughing at us, going like, what do you mean? So when we did the Airbnb, it was self-check-in, one of those where you don't need to meet the host.
Yeah.
They leave it in a lockbox, key in a lockbox.
Yeah.
So every Airbnb that we've done in like Europe, we don't do Airbnbs anymore because we had a bad time in Paris, but everything's been a lockbox. We haven't had to meet anyone. And then usually it's like you put the key code in, you pull it down, and you have a physical key.
Yeah.
So we get to the door, and like I try it, and it's like, okay, right, it's locked. So I go to the key box, and the code that they've given me doesn't work. Like physically doesn't work, and I am getting so frustrated because you're dying.
I'm like melting. There's bugs everywhere.
We've just been on like a 12-hour trip from like start to finish. We're tired. We just want to get in, and I can't fucking get in the property. And then I don't know how I managed to do it.
You guessed the code.
I guessed the code for the actual lockbox to get the key. And meanwhile, I'm surprised that this company is still going. To be honest, the people we booked it through Airbnb, because they said that they were 24 hours like on call. I called everything, and every office was empty.
It was closed. Yeah.
I think we landed on a Sunday as well, which is like mental. So they messaged me back on Monday morning saying, "Did you get in?" I was like, "What the fuck do you mean? Like, it's Monday. You were prepared to leave me like 12 hours outside." Luckily, like I don't know how it. I think I ripped half of my nail off, but I somehow managed to guess the code into the lockbox. And then when Luke arrived, I was like, "Oh yeah, look, we had all these issues getting in," and Luke just went, "What do you mean?" You just boop 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 and opened the door. I was like, "You have got to be kidding me!"
And the sad thing is, like, I don't know why I didn't ask you for a picture of what was going on. Because you're like, yeah, there's a lockbox. Because there are lockboxes, like at Airbnbs. They do have like, if you're at like a physical door. I did not think the door handle had a lock thing.
Yeah.
And then when I got in, I was like, "Oh, so what happened?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, it's this." I was like, I want.
But it was one of those that you had
fully
to
expecting it not to work.
And yeah, so we had pressed it.
Yeah.
But
nothing happened.
Like you pressed the screen and no keys came up, but I assume it was like you have to do like put your hand over it or like some sort of movement that I didn't do.
Yeah. No.
But then when we got in, it was very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Unfortunately, the pool was kind of broken as well.
Yeah.
Which we managed to get one night out of the pool when I did a lot of fishing and the flies didn't.
Bug.
Yeah.
Extractions.
Yeah.
I think we were all drunk enough.
Yeah,
we didn't care.
We did one really good night in the pool when Craig got in, and that was a lot of fun. But that first night, it was. I would say it probably was a interesting night because, mind you, you guys finally got back in. You guys did a little Walmart run. Jake did a little beer run, and then I come in, and I'm like, see Jake for the first time. I'm like, "Oh my god, he's real!" And
that was the first time you'd ever met. Like
we have never seen each other in person. Yeah, no, never. And so we sat down, and then we just drank. We crushed about about what a whole rack in about an hour and a half. And,
it was a lot of Stellas in an hour.
And we cracked a lot of quick ones real quick, and then we all went to bed. But that was a interesting first night, and then the next day I think that was the day where we didn't have anything on the docket per se. We didn't go to Epcot yet. And it was just one of those days where we just kind of browsed Orlando, because Jake, you said you didn't really get a chance to really do anything in Orlando one of the last times you guys went. You guys just did Disney and that was it, right?
Yeah, I've only ever done the parks and then the odd restaurant here and there, which is just in an outlet. Like, it'll be like an Outback or, I don't know. You know, they usually like, it's its own place. It's like a car park and it's got its own spot of land. So I'd never actually been into Orlando Center. Some people might say, like, why? There's nothing there. There's nothing to, like...
There really isn't. I mean, there really wasn't anything proper to do in, like, Orlando other than just... There really isn't much in Orlando other than the parks, really. Because I think what we did is we went that day, we walked around, I guess, downtown Orlando.
Yeah,
Mind
we
you,
walked
it was
around
like...
the fountain.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's right. The fountains. They had a if I'm not mistaken, they had like a little, like, not, I guess maybe it was not festival, but they were doing something where we were walking.
Like
they had
trucks.
a lot of booths.
Yeah, they had
a lot of booths going around.
Mall, like not mall, but like people selling like
a little market.
Yeah, a little market.
Yeah, it was a little. Yeah, that's right. It was a little market they had going on in there. It was actually really nice. Good tour. You guys got to see some of the Floridian wildlife a little bit.
Gotta love the lizards.
Yes, lizards for days.
Yeah, the fountain was quite nice. Oh, there's me with the Guinness.
Yep. Yes, there we go.
We went to a little dive bar, didn't we? And then we got Mexican food.
Yeah, the food was
nice.
Y'all were obsessed. I got listeners. I cannot stress you guys enough. They don't have good Mexican in England at the time. Yeah. From what I did. So literally every time we were like food, everyone was like Mexican, and living in America, love Mexican food, but it's like the number one go-to like place for us next to like Italian food. And so like she was like, I want to get some tacos. And I'm like, tacos? Of all things in the world, tacos, but we got some tacos. We got lots of tacos. They're actually really good though.
That night, it was just us three, right, in the sports bar pub.
Yeah.
Because then I almost got... Well, I didn't get abducted. I just got very friendly with another guy called Jake.
Oh my God, it's all like flooding back to me now.
Yeah.
Like,
do you remember? Because it was like, oh, you should come to the...
Orlando game.
Let's start from the start of the bar crawl, where we walked into that, was it a fucking goddamn tiki bar or some shit? Yeah. And those people opposite us were day drinking. They were plastered.
Yes. They were plastered. We were like, we looked at each other. We're like, we are too sober for this place right now. And mind you, it was 2 PM. It wasn't even that late in the day yet. It was like right after tacos. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock, and they are gone. They are all gone.
And then we walked on, and then hit that sports bar where we stayed for quite a while. Because the Orlando soccer game was on. And he was like, "Oh, you should come to the soccer." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then remember when I opened the door and it was like monsoon flooding? Yeah, I was like, "I ain't going. I'm going home."
Wait, was that the sports bar or was that the pub?
That was the Irish pub.
The Irish pub.
That was the Irish pub. That's right. We went to the Irish pub.
That's where we ended up for like...
Yeah, for like good
the rest of the
all
night.
Yeah, it was a good time though. No, we had a lot of drink. We ended up getting back home. Oh my gosh, Jake, how can we not forget this? The first night on the Airbnb first night after that heavy drinking, like the alarm shuts off. And we're like, oh, we broke into the Airbnb. The police are coming, because it was after the whole entire debacle. Me and Jake run downstairs. I'm in nothing but my boxers. Jake's like walking around wondering what's going on. We're just like, what's going on? Are we getting robbed right now?
That just gave me goosebumps because I forgot about that.
It was so loud.
That was like semi-traumatic.
And I don't know why it went
we
off.
Still never figured it out.
It wasn't set.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't set. So I don't understand. Maybe, do you know what I think it probably was? Maybe there was an outside alarm. Trash pandas. The trash pandas had a field day with our bins.
Yes. The trash pandas, the raccoons. Yes, they are. They're wild down here in Florida. The raccoons.
They had a
crazy
field day with our bins, bro.
Oh, yeah.
There was just stuff everywhere in the morning.
Everywhere, every day.
So then, hungover Jake found his favorite American cereal, Golden Grahams.
Yeah. We went to Walmart like every day that week, I think. I felt like it was a daily tradition of
Daily
us
ritual.
going to Walmart.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
And then we hit
Epcot. The best.
the best day.
Man.
I'll probably, yeah. No, well, it's up there top 10 best days of my life.
It was a different day because I don't know. Like, I didn't know what to expect from Epcot. Because I knew there wasn't really any rides there. Oh, there was one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was going to be like a nice little leisurely day out. And
technically it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes. We said no. we said we are going to eat, drink, and I think that by far was the most expensive day of the entire trip. Like the sheer amount.
Maybe we should have done it last.
100%. But wasn't it like a special event on? Like there was that food and drink festival.
It was the food and wine festival.
Yeah,
yep.
You have to make the most of it.
Yeah, I think that's why we went that early because I think we were planning on. What about this one? We were planning on doing it anyway, but then we figured out that the food and wine festival was on, so we were like, right, we have to go because they had extra stuff on, I suppose.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, maybe we should have done it towards the end. We didn't realize, well, because you don't really see Epcot as Disney, as like a park.
No,
I think that's what I mean. That I didn't know what to expect. Like I didn't associate it with like theme park. It's like just I didn't really know what it was.
But you get the theme park prices.
Yeah.
Yes, the Epcot to me is the place where I would not, if I was a child and I was tracked to Epcot, I would have a fit because I would not want to be there. But like as an adult with adult money to just honestly, it was just it was the what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but it's literally just walking around the world, and I think I just ate that shit up. It was a lot of fun just getting around, see a little bit of the world there, eat, drink, have some good times. But yeah, definitely, having Craig along the way would have probably made that a little bit more.
If Craig was,
that would have been chaotic.
I don't think you ever got to see, the pool night that we talked about earlier. That was when Craig arrived.
Yes,
when me and Craig get going, it's an unstoppable whirlwind. That night would have probably ended back up at the Irish pub.
And you probably would have spent like twice as much.
Yeah, the whole holiday would have been written off at that point. There's Luke, in all his fine glory.
This was Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, this was Mexico.
Yeah.
And there was a killer drinks.
My God.
Number one of many.
I forgot how long my hair was.
Yeah, you let it rip.
Yeah. That's right, when I got a cut. The beard's long in that one. That's what it is. The beard's long. I was like, damn, my beard's long in that one.
There you are, Luke.
Woo.
Looking at your portrait.
It's like, I want to be just
for
like
the listeners, it's Luke grabbing onto Thor's hammer, looking Thor in the eye. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Epcot was super good. And luckily the weather held for the majority of the time. There was a bit where it did piss it down.
It pissed it down right around when we got to Japan. Yeah, we're in China right now.
There's a lot of places to get undercover, isn't there? It wasn't too big of a deal.
Yeah, we could just go into a little shelter area. I think when we were in there, when it poured, we were in Japan just looking around like the little shop in the Japan area. It's really cool. I mean, like, again, you get to see a lot of cool stuff at Epcot. It's kind of like, I would say it's kind of like a big outdoor Disney museum. That's probably what I would call it.
Yeah. It's nice because it feels like you go into like loads of different countries. I know it's probably not like culturally accurate, but it feels like you're going on loads of little mini holidays.
It takes like the stereotype of every country and puts it all together.
Yeah, I love sightseeing, so it kind of felt like sightseeing.
Yes, I think we would be remiss if we do not mention the one of the key focal points of the day, the fromage montage.
The fromage montage. We found the cup.
I found the cup. So if you watched the previous episodes when we were talking about the food, this is our trophy. Let me just bring it back. The fromage montage. Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, and this came with a cheesecake in it.
Yes, God, yeah. It was actually a very good cheesecake. I will say it definitely was. I don't think it was worth the price we spent on all the cheese dishes, but
this little plastic Disney cup is probably worth about $300.
Yes, the sheer amount. Yeah, we literally saw that. Like, I think we saw the sign for it, and we're like, all right, what do we need? We thought it was gonna be like some actually prize. To be fair, I think in our mind we're like, all right, it's gonna be something really cool. And when Jake came back with a cheesecake, I'm like, oh my gosh, because
I thought it was gonna be like a little model of
trophy
Remy
or something.
Yeah,
it was just a cup with a cheesecake. I'm like, all right,
or at least a glass cup. That's
something
plastic.
cool. Yeah. Something cool. I mean, I ate hot cheddar soup in Canada in 90-degree weather for that
Remy.
little cup, man. Remy, man. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
What was your favorite meal there?
Oh, I had these samosa things from
the India
truck. It wasn't even a full India section, was it? It was just a little.
It was just a little truck,
and they were really good, samosas with this yogurty.
That does sound good.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
The fish and chips were good, but you can't have.
Yeah,
those.
I can eat the chips. I can eat the fish.
Yes,
obviously.
Yes, no, for sure. And I think I definitely enjoyed the little they had a little low main thing at the China one, which was pretty fire. That was good. And then we got to ride a ride.
The Guardian of the Galaxy.
And I would say that was probably one of the best rides that we went on.
Ta-da!
On the whole trip. I loved it.
No, by far.
I don't know if that was because it was the first one, or if
I think it's definitely a marketing strategy because people don't go for the rides, so they will put one of the best rides into Epcot to bring people to that park.
It was
brilliant marketing strategy. Good. Yeah, it was. I truly believe that it was number 2 on my list for sure. It was a lot of fun. It was also, I think it was one of the newest rides there too. I think it was one of the ones that they had just released, either the previous year or that year that we went, because it was one of the very few rides where you actually we had to download that app to be able to save our spot online.
They had a different queuing system. Yeah, Epcot had a different queuing system.
Which I think that's how it should be.
Not at the parks.
You don't have to stand in a queue then.
Yeah, but not at the parks. Because then you get people booking it out, and it's just the parks. Now you've got the app. Back in the day when I used to go as a kid, there was no app. There was those timing boards, and if you saw something below 30 minutes, you sprinted. You bolted for that because and that was your day pretty much. You're just following the timing boards around. Now you've got the apps.
You can get there the fastest.
Now you've got the apps and stuff. It's super easy. You can be just flick on here and see where everything is. And you could sort of plan your way around the park because you could sort of see the mass migration of people go around. Because we always got there late, so the front of the park was always usually a bit dead because everyone's moved further back
into the park. Yeah. Everything. I think every day we got to the park around 11, 12 o'clock every day.
Yeah. I'm looking at the timestamps on this one. So this is where we hit Disney. The logo is covering up. The DHH logo is covering up. But 12:42 is.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. We didn't get up early, boys and girls.
No,
I
we did not.
Feel like we missed out on anything.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, I think a lot of the times when we got there, I think we just had a clear, very
Greg, man.
Oh man. Yeah, we had a clear plan of what we wanted to do. It was a nice day at that day. I think it was the Disney Magical Kingdom was the best one of the best days there for sure.
Yeah, we didn't it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too
We took
like
a lot of photos there that day because we're already in Hollywood studios.
yeah. I
Yeah.
got the so this is where we walked in, and then we turned right into Tomorrowland. We did a ride, and then we came back, and then that was the only, barring the parade, this was the only bit where I saw the characters. I didn't see any characters out there, but I think it's now because they put them inside. Because
of the heat.
I think it's for the heat. When I was there as a kid, there were people in suits walking around every single time of day. You could not turn a corner without seeing a character there.
Character somewhere, yeah. But yeah, Magical Kingdom was, I think Magical Kingdom was probably my least. It's my least favorite park, honestly. It's like, I think if we had gone and we were all like properly had little ones around us, it probably would have been a lot more fun for us. But also, it was just like one of those ones like, all right, let's go to the log ride where we waited like 2 hours to get on the log ride. We went to the Snow White one where we waited an hour and a half to get on Snow White. The quickest one I think was the Haunted Mansion one. That one was a pretty quick one. That one was a lot of fun. I like that one a lot. That was a lot of fun with that one. And we didn't even eat while we were there. We literally just waited in the queues. And that was it.
A little bit of shopping,
oh my god! Don't even. No,
Luke with the fucking mini ears, man.
Oh my god! Jake can probably tell you it a little bit better, but from my perspective, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my girlfriend at the time these things because I'm a good boyfriend, yada yada yada. I was like, let me get these mini ears, and let's get. She asked if I could get her like the limited edition Starbucks cup. I'm like, whatever. Did not look at the prices. I was just like, whatever. And they rang it up, and I believe it was like close to $150 for 2 things. And Jake, can you describe my body language as?
So was I behind you in the queue? I don't know what I bought. I think it was just like a little badge or something. Like mine was and my little badge was like $20, and then Luke's got these because you instantly know because the mini ears the Minnie and Mickey ears start at about $55.
Yeah, and I got some special ones.
And then you said the limited edition one, so you can bang at least another $25-$30 on for the same thing.
I think those ears were $85, and I think the cup was like $60 plus tax. And
Jesus. I remember you being behind you in the queue. And you turned round, no word of a lie for the viewers. I'll try and recreate it for you. So Luke has just scanned his card, and this was his facial reaction. And for the listeners, it was just jaw to the floor, sheet white, holding his card I don't want to put it in the machine.
I did it now that we're no longer together. I kind of want it back too. I want my money back, bro.
Just gonna send you the invoice.
No, I'm not that kind of petty. But cool. Yes, at the time I was like, oh yeah, that was the day I spent an exuberant amount of money on 2 things.
And I think we were all a bit tired as well, given that we'd had Epcot, and then Craig got here, and Craig had literally just come from Glastonbury Festival, so he was dead. The guy had literally just done a 3-day, all-day benders in a tent, got home, had a shower, and then got on a 8-hour flight from London.
Yeah, I think we called it at 6 that day. I think we literally just did what we did and then left, and then I think we just chilled out at the pool. I think, was that the day we had steaks, or was that not another day? I can't remember.
That was the day after, because looking at my stuff, I believe we had a rest day. Okay. And then that was me cooking steaks on the barbecue in a thunderstorm.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Literally, the rain was so bad, I just stripped down to my boxers, and I've just stood there dripping wet in my boxers. Because I was like, what's the point of getting my clothes wet when I can just stand here and barbecue with my boxers? They were banging steaks, so
They were
banging
good.
steaks.
They were worth it. They were worth it. They were worth it for sure.
And then
we made our way to Hollywood Studios,
and this was where the holiday got good. This is
a good day.
I think we made the good decision of getting the fast passes on the day.
Yes.
And I think that were they like per ride basis or something, or was it one per ride?
I think it was
one use per ride because we didn't pay a lot. I think I paid for everyone's, and they were only like $25 each. So they were like super. I think they only offer them on the day, depending on how many people are in the park. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, guys, there's like 4 of us. I'm just gonna dish out $100. Let's skip the queues. And that was like the best decision I think we made all holiday. Because when we hit this park, no whatever lie, I've done like before as a kid, I did like 5 rides. We did 10 to 15. We hit the Tower of Terror
like three
times in a row. Because we hit the fast track when the queue was an hour. Then we got out and it was 20 minutes. So I was like, right, we're going on it again. And then we came out and it was 5 minutes. It was like, the guy on the ride was just like, I've seen you before. It's like, yeah, we're doing it again.
We basically got out the ride and then did a U-turn, went straight back in, and then we were on in like immediately.
We did the rock and roller coaster like twice as well.
Yeah, we did twice. Yeah, we did that one. I think we just
made a really good day.
Yeah, we definitely did. I mean, I think what we did was we really knocked out the main like big rides in rock and roller coaster.
It was the Star Wars stuff. I've just got to the photos now. Yeah, this took a while.
Yeah, the Star Wars one was definitely the longer wait ones for even the fast ones in general. But like again, I think it was the fast one saved. We were in line for 30 minutes versus 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like, very well worth it. Because a lot of these rides,
this is where Luke became the main attraction. These poor kids, we were stood up meeting Chewie, and Chewie could have picked on any of the kids at the front row. Luke was stood like 5 people back. I'm not gonna lie, we were just at the back.
I was behind you guys. I was not even standing in front of y'all.
For the viewers, you can see Chewie pointing, and he's only pointing at one person. It's Luke. So Luke got to come up and meet Chewie. Some really good photos.
Oh my goodness.
He had to give you his best Chewie impression. Do you remember that one?
I could not do it, man. I was not having it. He's like, yeah, you got to do your best Chewbacca impression. You got to sound like Chewie. And I'm like, I don't know how to sound like Chewie. I think at the time I was just like looking at Ray and I'm like, can you like just like
save me?
Make him stop? Can you just make him stop? Like she was like out there having a good time. And you can clearly see I'm like embarrassed but also fed up with it all. I'm like, I wanna leave.
And then we got the little like alcoholic drink.
Oh yeah, we got that weird
blue milk
drink.
Blue milk, yeah, green milk. What is it?
On a 110 degree day.
They were nice, but very sugary.
Tequila in them.
Yeah.
I think, given that this was brand new, the Star Wars stuff, I think they've done it really well.
Yeah. No, Star Wars Land is like they outdid themselves. Like the sheer amount of like, also that's one of the very few ones where you actually saw people walking around. Because I think the main Magical Kingdom didn't have a lot of characters, but this one, Stormtroopers, the characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, like everyone was walking around here. They definitely hit the ball out of the park with that one. And man, it was a whole lot of fun.
Hello, yeah, the parade with Frozone and Mr. Incredible.
Yes.
I remember we were in a diner and we just had a burger. We were like, right, let's get to the next ride. And then as we walked out, we got cooked, man. We got trapped in the parade with all the minions. And then it was
family.
The thing that became a meme throughout the whole of the holiday. Now,
this is
Fast and Furious ride. And the cars look great. Like the queuing is like looking at this stuff is great. And then you get not Harry Potter yet, but then you get to a bit where they're welcoming you on the ride, and it's usually like the safety announcement, like bring your arms in the vehicle, don't be an idiot, don't throw your kids off the wall and shit. Like it's F for family, man, because she said family, no word of a lie, 10 times in the space of 2 minutes. And then ever since then...
Oh, God. Oh, my God. That ride was the worst ride I've ever been on in a day of my life. It was
I think
so
calling it a ride
bad.
is a stretch.
It wasn't even a ride. We just sat in a
no.
bus and it just moved. And then fucking Vin Diesel and the ladies just like, we gotta help our family and our family. And we gotta stop these guys because they're our family, but they're not our family because our real family's here. And that's what family does because family's awesome. I'm like, oh my God, if I hear the word family one more time, I'm gonna show them what family really is. We're gonna get the fuck off this ride mid-ride and turn around. Bruh, that was not it in the nicest way possible.
I think we made that the fun ride.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we did.
An internal joke made that fun because otherwise, not good. Not good in the slightest.
No, it was not. It was definitely the worst ride out of the entire Universal trip, for 100%. Sure.
And then we hit the train station, but before the train station, there was a little bit of shenanigans, wasn't there? Because do you remember some tickets didn't include it? This little train ride. I don't know how you fixed it, Luke. I believe you got onto like customer support, was it?
Yeah, did you something like that?
Did you like buy another one?
I ended up just buying the expansion pass to get us to both. Because did we hit both parks the same day, or did we?
Yes, that was it. Because this is the train ride to the other side.
Yes, that's right. We did.
That's
right. That's right. I only did one day of Universal. You guys did the second day because I had to go back home from there. Yeah, no, and then I guess I just added it on. No, that wasn't it. No, what ended up happening is we didn't have a hiccup then. We had a hiccup before we got there because I only got the one park ticket, so I had to go up to the ticket booth and get the add-on to go to both parks, which I think was like $75. So they just upgraded my ticket and we were good.
Yeah.
But that one was frustrating in its own right because we had to wait so fucking long to get on that fucking train.
It would have been quicker to walk.
Yeah.
It would have been quicker.
It would have been. But we were like, no, we're here. I think by the time we decided it would have been quicker to walk, we were been sitting for 30 minutes and we're like, all right, we might as well just wait for the whole time. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. The experience was cool, but it was definitely that was probably the longest we waited in a queue. Actually, no, I take that back. No, there was one of Harry Potter
coming up.
We waited a long.
The Harry Potter ride was the Gringotts one was I think 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah,
that was
The other ones were just fine, but I mean, it's Harry Potter, right? It's
Universal's biggest thing. Like I would say it's on par with Disney and Star Wars. Like that's how big it is. Like everyone and their mother
forget
goes.
Those two. Jurassic Park. This Velocicoaster, man.
This was the best one by far.
Best ride I have ever been on in my life.
I will. As someone who loves roller coasters, someone who's been to Busch Gardens, to King's Dominion, to Six Flags, those are the three major ones. The Velocicoaster, out of every ride I've ever been on, is by far the best roller coaster, hands down, that I've ever been on. It's no questions asked. It was amazing.
Like
good.
Oh, it was so
like we looked out on the Hagrid ride, the new Hagrid ride.
Oh yeah, we got right at the front.
We got front seats on the motorbike, which was really cool. But this topped it. Did we go on this twice?
I think we only went
on it once.
You guys went on it. You guys went the next day, and you guys went a couple more times. I think you guys said.
Oh yeah, maybe we did
on this twice.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I feel like the queues were just horrendous.
But yeah, it was so good. And then this was a thing. Oh no, we went to Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, we also did ride the Incredible Hulk ride. That one was also up there too.
Yeah, that was super good because I've done the Hulk loads of times, but I've never done the Hulk at night.
We did it at night.
And at night makes it so much better because as you get shot out of the plasma cannon, it's just black. And then you guys fly out. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hulk one was definitely up there. I will definitely say, I guess you guys can speak on this too before we move on and kind of wrap up the theme parks, but definitely hands down, I definitely prefer Universal over Disney. Like no questions asked. Like it was
Yeah.
no competition for me. Like as someone who likes rides, Disney was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, Universal was amazing to me.
There you go. There was the family.
There it is. F for family.
with the F with the family trophies.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think these are the ones that Craig took. So yeah, there was a couple more that Craig got, especially when we were in the shops. And I want to let everyone know that we put all of those items back because with everything on our head and in our hands, that is probably like $400.
Yes. That toothless, I think, was $100, and I said, as much as I want that, I am not paying that. I spent $100 on ears and a cup.
There was the old Green Goss ride. There was Jurassic Park, and a lovely sunset.
Yeah.
Do you remember when our Uber cancelled on Craig twice? Cancelled, but then we saw the guy.
Dude,
and it's like, why did you cancel?
Bro, the Ubering in Orlando during Disney at times, that was like the most stressful part because it not only did it cancel on Craig twice, it also canceled on me once or twice. I think it canceled on Jake once or twice. Do you remember the Uber on the way back that was on his phone showing us pictures while we were driving back?
While he was driving.
While he was driving, he was showing Jake pictures of where he was living in England at the time. I'm like, we are driving on the road. I'm in the back seat just getting pissed because I'm like, Jake's just trying to like get out of the conversation. And this guy's like just driving like, yeah, anyways, let me just show you this right here. Yeah. And he's just driving and slamming on his brakes. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to die. We're going to die because this guy wants to tell Jake
I've
about
had some
these
proper dodgy Ubers, man. Like, to be honest, thinking about the whole Ubers across the board, especially, do you remember the guy who was giving me a lecture on how my 4.8 rating on Uber is not good enough?
Really bad?
Yeah, he's like,
I wouldn't have picked you up. Usually I filter 4.9 and above, but I thought I'd take a chance on you because you look like you needed a ride. I was like, bro, shut the front door. Shut the front door.
Fuck you, dude.
Because Craig then showed me his, it's like, mine's like 3.6.
I know you're like 4.8. I look at mine. Mine's a 4.9. I was like, I guess if we want to ride with him again, I'll book him. You know, but yeah, that was a trip, man. I honestly, I think back. I love thinking back about it. And I was telling Jake before that we hit record, and I was telling everyone today. I was like, I really love talking about this because it was honestly a lot of fun. You know, being able, honestly, it was honestly my first ever like big proper like vacation I ever given myself on. Jake, you know how much at the time, I mean, even now, how much I work in general.
Yep.
That I never like took time off or anything like that.
To be honest, you didn't even have time off when you were with us.
No, I was on the phone.
Calls.
I was on the phone like every day for like 2 to 3 hours, whether that was dealing with something going on with the work or something going on. Just outside of it, I'm just like, bro, like I was still working and I literally had to cut our trip short because I'm like, oh yeah, start of the school year's coming up. I got to be back, you know? And funny enough, nothing got done when I got back and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But it was a lot of fun. And like, I honestly, like, I think it was like the idea of like, oh my God, I get to meet one of my closest friends I've never physically met this person before, like, but I feel like I've known him. Well, we had known each other for damn near over a year at this point.
Yeah.
By the time it happened, and I was like, my mom. When I told my mom, I was like, "You're just meeting someone you met on the internet." I was like, "I've seen his face. He should be the same person."
That's the easy thing,
person,
right? Like, it's because you've seen. Yeah. Like, I can get if like you're just typing to people and it's like, nah, don't go meet that person. That's weird. No. But we've been on like Discord calls for fucking hours.
I mean, Lord have mercy. There's, I mean, I think I actually
want to see my playtime on Discord.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But it was an amazing trip. And I guess, I mean, overall, I guess for you guys coming from, you know, not being obviously from America, what is your overall like opinion on being tourist in America? Like, what is it like to you? What are the biggest differences for y'all coming here versus home and back home in general?
Oh, it's kind of night and day, to be honest. Yeah. First, like the vast expanse that is America. No, everything is a drive away. Like, we thought we were close to the Walmart the first day. We tried walking, bro. Yeah. That took us an hour and a half. And that was like very close. But it was a 2-hour Uber. 2-minute Uber, but an hour and a half walk. Because everything's like probably going like 50 miles an hour. I think the main thing for me when it comes to like the differences between the US and the UK is just the US is so far ahead in terms of when you want something, you can get it. And there's no like strings attached. Plus, we were kind of in Orlando. I've never had like a proper taste of America. I've only ever been to Orlando, so I can't. I think to any other American, they're probably like, "Well, you've never been to America. Then you've been to tourist traps." So I'll always see the good side of it, which is why I wanted to go see Orlando City, which did give me a bit more insight into America. Plus, it must have just been Florida because we struggled a lot because our cards didn't work in Walmart. We had to go to like we had to go to like special cash points. No one took Apple Pay. It was like we don't buy cash anymore. We don't take cash out. It's just everything's just Bing with your phone. Yeah, but I love it. I love it, man. It's like, but I will do because it's a holiday. Yeah, it's hot. It's usually nice weather. The rain cools it down. We're used to the rain, so it doesn't bother us. And then the parks are just a 10 out of 10. Now, would I enjoy it if I went to New York? Probably not. I don't think I'm a big city guy.
That's a completely different kind of holiday, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Florida's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say? What was your favourite bit about America? You're allowed to say the parks as well, because that is...
the parks, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, the parks. Yeah.
Cool. That's all you've got
to how big everything was. Everything just felt really big.
That's
the portion sizes of the food.
Oh, Cheesecake Factory. Jesus Christ.
I forgot about that one. Yeah. The sheer look of disgust in Jake's face when I ordered my club sandwiches and they gave me 4 sandwiches. And Jake was like, they gave you 4 sandwiches there. And I'm like, no, that's what it comes with. Those are 4. That's just 1 out of the 4. And he's like, that one would be enough back home. Yeah. I'm looking at y'all like, what? What are y'all talking about? Because I'm like, one, I will say, like, even for America, Cheesecake Factories, the portions are ridiculous. It's honestly a meme at this point. Because I'd be like, yeah, we'll take 2 of those away, and that'd be a normal portion here in America. But yeah, no, the portion, I mean, I know that for a fact. That's why we're so fat, is our portion sizes.
I just remember that you ordered ridiculous. A side of mac and cheese. I'll never forget how it came, and it was like,
it was a big ass thing,
like a massive share bowl of mac and cheese. But it was
I said a side, and to me that was a side, and I'm like, yo, we're gonna share.
Like main for 2 people.
Yeah, y'all can try, y'all can have some. Sure, go ahead. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And then I guess Jake, for you, I know you're a little bit of a connoisseur when it comes to the beverages. What did you take away from the alcohol down there?
Oh God, well. I'm not a big fan of Budweiser. Shoot me down, Americans. Like,
I hate Budweiser too, so you're fine.
I don't think I tried any like local breweries, so it's probably just all the same. I mean, the cocktails in Epcot, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Blew my bloody tits off. Triple tequila shot and some orange juice. Yeah, it's fine. Throw it in. The Guinness didn't travel well, but where does it ever? Yeah. That's why I don't buy Guinness down here, because it's even further than America. And I think it's not only America, but everywhere copies I tell you, no, America do sports bars like the best. That is their thing. That is their rodeo. But they'll always be. Well, it makes me laugh because they call it Irish pubs because they just associate Irish with drinking. But it's just a UK pub. They just don't call it the British pub because it won't bring anyone in.
No, that's literally what it is. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because I, as a historian, I know that as well. It's only because we have so many motherfucking Irish people. I mean, I'm half Irish. You know, my family's Irish and German and Norwegian. Like that's what we got. We're all European, like outside of like my great grandmother. So like it's just like. We are all like, it literally is just the Irish. Irish said, we need to get out of the country. We're all coming to America. We're bringing our potatoes. and we're gonna start St. Patrick's Day, and we're gonna call everything an Irish pub instead of a proper English pub. But it is what it is.
All the people are really friendly as well. Like, I don't know if that's just me when I get drunk, but like I could talk to anyone in a pub. That's proven.
Yeah.
Where I almost got abducted. Well, I shouldn't say I'm getting abducted. It's just a joke. But yeah, it's like making too many friends that they're trying to take me other places. I did it here down in the Gold Coast. Do you remember we ended up in a karaoke bar at 3 a.m.
It was a good time, and that definitely is.
What about you, Luke? Because obviously, like, everyone says that Florida is its own country. You could rip it apart from the US, and it's like, so coming from like Norfolk down to Florida, like, what's the difference?
I mean, honestly, so I will say the biggest thing is I would say I'm not properly in Florida. I'm in Tallahassee, which is about as northern Florida. So it's like as far as Florida you could think of. Like, we're 4 hours from Orlando, 6 hours from Miami. The only thing I will definitely say about Florida and Floridians in general is they are actually very nice. The locals are very nice. I think I mentioned this before, Southern hospitality is really a thing down here. The people down here are very nice. They say good morning. They're very polite. They do food well down here. But God, can they not fucking drive, bro? Like, they suck ass at driving.
Close one on that one.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't crash.
Yeah, I mean, it's like and the sad thing is, Jake, it's not even a joke because they know they're bad at driving. Everyone I sit in the car with that's from Florida is like, why do y'all suck at driving? They all laugh because they've heard it before, because it's legit. It's like it's not even a joke. They're self-aware of how bad they are at driving. But honestly, and like compared to Virginia, at least where I'm at, it's not that different. But I will say, coming from Orlando, when I came to visit you guys, yeah, it definitely is like its own like thing. It's like there's nowhere else like Florida. Like, it really isn't. Like, just so many different things going on at once. There's a reason why there's a joke that there are people called the Florida men and women, because they are crazy out there, and that's really because their brains are getting fried because they are outside in the heat, and that's really why they act the way they do. And the joke about alligators is very real. We have a saying here in Florida: if the water is wet, there's probably a gator in it. So it's very much a thing at this point. But yeah, Florida's its own thing. But honestly, I think you could say that about anywhere in America where you're not from. Like, you go to Texas, probably it's a Texas thing. You go to California, New York, vice versa. You might get away saying like, oh yeah, Montana's pretty boring. There's nothing going on in Montana, and that's because there's nothing in Montana. Sorry, anyone who listens to Montana, but like, yeah,
there's nothing here either. But like, nothing goes on in Australia. Like, well, in the city they do try. They try their hardest, but like it's not like a living attraction. Like there's downtown Orlando as well, which we didn't hit, that I've been to previously, which is like all old town. It's got all like the shop fronts. You're allowed to drink on the like. It's a sort of like enclosed area, so you're allowed to drink and go through. That was really fun as well. When I went as a kid, gutted we didn't get to go, but it was a long way away. Like, that'd have been $100 Uber ride. But no, I think it's amazing, and we'll definitely have to do it again at some point. Whether we meet in America is another story. I know you keep saying that you want to keep doing the parks.
To go again.
Maybe it's the UK. Maybe it's Europe. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'm not going to Colombia, Seb. I'm sorry.
I will say my plan for a big travel, definitely want to come see you guys, whether that be in the UK or Australia. I feel like it's only right that I come across the pond this time. But that being said, if you guys were to come back to America again, where would be one place that you would want to visit other than, obviously, Orlando? You guys haven't been there before. What's one place in America that you guys would be interested in going to go visit?
Probably Dallas for me.
Okay.
Seems like there's a lot going on in Dallas.
Yes, it's a big city.
It's huge. It seems like they've got the most development funding at the moment, so they'll have to fund it somehow, and it'll be tourist trap central.
Oh, big time.
And I'm very into tourist trap. I don't mind it at all. It makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Other than that, I don't think I'd do New York.
See, I'd love to go to New York.
We can do if you want, but like, it's not. I suppose maybe Washington, like Chicago, looks fun from photos, but I know that it's not fun when you're there.
I would avoid Chicago.
Looks great on photos. And then obviously like there's the other side. So there's like Hollywood and Las Vegas. I think at some point in my life I'm gonna have to do Vegas.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Vegas. I just want to go to all the touristy places. Vegas, LA. Well, I'd love to go to LA.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's very fun to say that because it's like I've been to Vegas. Vegas is a whole nother story. Maybe we'll dive into that one day. But Vegas is there's no place like Vegas. It is its own like little area of the world where literally when they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, they do not. It's not a joke. It literally like so much stuff happens in Vegas. But yeah, no, definitely. If you guys ever decide to come down this way, again, I will make sure I meet you guys halfway and someplace in America. But yeah, next time I'm definitely coming across the pond to see you guys because funnily enough, I've only left the country one time, and I am planning to come back, go leave it a couple more times. So.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get your feet on other shores and see how everyone else lives. Exactly. Saying that, there's Canada as well, which is definitely probably worth going to at some point.
Cold. Be prepared. It's cold.
It's cold. I'm not used to it now, but I used to be.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it's cold in England.
It's very cold.
But yeah, I think that's just about it for our America trip. It's been wonderful. Have you enjoyed being on this?
Yeah, took a trip down memory lane. It's been lovely.
Yeah, first podcast guest host. Coming on, let's go. Episode 10 in the books. I mean, Jake, Rachel, again, I mean, obviously, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thank you guys for actually coming down and traveling across the pond all those 2 years ago to come say hi. And honestly,
I'd
guys,
say it was all for you, Luke, but we wanted the parks as well.
I like it when I lay my head to bed at night. I think they came just to come see me. But guys, as always, I've been Luke. This has been Jake and Miss Rachel as well. This wraps up DHH episode 10. Stay tuned for next week where we'll talk some more. But until then, guys, see you around. Bye-bye.